Guys, my name is Christy for those of you who don't know. But most of y'all watching are probably like my friends and my family and everything. Most of y'all have probably seen my post that I put on Facebook, and I just created a little like note for those of you who don't like have me as a friend on Facebook. Just saying that my husband and we are trying to conceive. And so it's just been a rough kind of road and everything. So far, it's been 5 months that we've been trying to conceive. We've even had a doctor tell us that we need to conceive because I've been diagnosed with endometriosis. However, it's not like enough to have surgery or anything like that. It would have to get bigger for that. And so the two ways to dry it up, and I didn't know this, but the two ways to dry up endometriosis is to have menopause, go through that, which is kind of far off for me. And the other is to get pregnant. So she's like, let's go with the pregnancy one. So my doctor had said we need to, and we were pretty much at the stage where we were kind of thinking it might be about time for us to start trying at least. And so at first it wasn't too stressful and everything, we were like, hey, if we get pregnant, we get pregnant. But as time's gone on, it's been like, okay, why aren't we getting pregnant? What's going on? I've spoken to my gynecologist and have kind of just said like, hey, what's going on? Why am I not, ending up pregnant? Like, what exactly, where am I not, meeting the qualifications or something, I guess. And she put me on a prenatal vitamin called Prenexa. So I am on that. If you're on that, let me know what you think about it. I really like it. I just originally was taking, because they say if you're trying to conceive, or a TTC, to take like a prenatal vitamin. So usually you don't like go to your doctor or whatever. So a lot of people just go to like Walmart and buy them like with the multivitamins and everything. And originally that's what I did, but those made me really nauseous. And to find out that's actually a common thing. And a lot of women actually on their prenatal vitamin, it makes them sick. So I have not been sick at all on this one. So I really like it. I'm trying to think what else. Well, originally she had spoken to us and said, okay, so we're trying to get pregnant and everything. What I want you to do is, do the BBT, or the body basal temperature. Pretty much, I don't know if you all know this, but I didn't. I thought you had to buy like a specific like thermometer for it, but really it's just any thermometer. So I guess I could have saved myself a couple bucks or something. But I bought one that said it was a BBT thermometer or whatever. So I bought that, and she printed out like a chart that you just chart it. For those of you who don't know what that means, it's a way that you can chart like your temperature. It's the first morning temperature. Like as soon as you wake up, before you like speak or anything, before you get up and do something, you take your temperature and then you record what that is. So we've been doing that. And then, let's see, she just recently told us to start doing the ovulation, like urine test that you can just buy at the store and everything. So we're going to start doing those. I'm trying to think. But anyway, she told us to come in for cycle day 21, so I did. And, sorry. So I came in and they did blood work and everything. It came back negative for pregnancy. And so they said the other results, so that the doctor was going to have to talk to me. So she ended up calling me yesterday and telling me that I did have progesterone in my blood, which is really good. It means I am ovulating. So Clomid isn't a need right now. She originally had also thought she might put me on Clomid even if I was ovulating, just in case. Like it might boost our chances or something. But she actually said she thinks she really wants to wait on that, which kind of puts me a little bit at ease because twins run in my family, and so I'm at kind of, I guess, a risk to have twins, and now like my chances would even be like multiplied because of the fact that Clomid actually does, there's like a 10% chance or something of multiples. So I'm not against having multiples, just I'd rather not, I guess, for my first pregnancy. So, anyways, she had said we weren't going to do that, to instead keep doing the BBT and stay on the pre-Nexa, and then also to add the urine ovulation test. So we're now starting to do that. Well, we will be starting to do that very soon. So, anyways, that's just kind of what's going on. So I created this blog just because I was getting kind of depressed. Like I said, we've been trying for several months, and it seemed really sad because like a bunch, I shouldn't say all, a bunch of my friends were just like getting pregnant and they weren't even trying. And so it was really depressing, just because it's like, okay, here we are. What's wrong with us? Why aren't we getting pregnant and we're trying? However, I read like a really good statistic. So if you're out there and you're feeling the same way, which I'm sure you probably are if you're going through what I'm going through, then what they said was there's only a 25% percent of people that will get pregnant either on their first time trying or not trying at all. So it's kind of weird that it's such a small like window because it seems like so many, but that's the window for that. And then 60% will get pregnant within their 60% or less will get pregnant, or wait, 60% will get pregnant within the first 6 months or less. And then, so I'm hoping that's what we are, because we still are under 6 months right now. So I'm hoping like we'll be part of that 60%. So the next amount is 80% will get pregnant 9 months or less. And then 90% will get pregnant a year or less. And 95% will get pregnant in 18 months or less. So that's kind of encouraging. And only 10% of women actually have infertility. So, that was kind of nice. And the majority of that 10% is actually lack of ovulation, which we now know I don't have that. So I'm kind of encouraged by that statistic. And there's only, like, this is a statistic that's kind of, like, alarming, I guess. It's like, how does that work? There's only a 20% chance you will get pregnant every month, which is really weird that it's so little. But I guess that's just how it works. So that was kind of nice, but I was online looking and I found a blog that I'm actually probably going to join, and it's really good because it's a bunch of women who are trying to get pregnant and everything, and they've had some complications with it. It's like, hey, I've been trying for like 4 months and nothing, or I've been trying for a year now, all this kind of stuff. So it was kind of encouraging to see like the feelings that I'm having aren't like, are exactly what other people are having. And I'm not alone in this. There were several women on this. It's a normal thing. And what's really cool is they post like when they do get pregnant and when their baby's born. So it was kind of cool to see some of these women who had been on before had posted these things, and then we're like, oh, guess what? We're pregnant. And now they have their babies and everything. So that's really neat. As for how my husband feels about all this, my husband's name is Robert, and I love him very much. And, it's really weird because Robert actually gets more depressed every month, like when we find out we aren't pregnant, than I do, which is really weird. Like this month when we found out, I was a little upset, and I went and took a 30-minute nap just because my head was hurting and everything. So I went and did that, but Robert was like really grumpy for the rest of the night. Like he gets pretty grumpy about this whole thing. So I have to kind of encourage him, and he encourages me. So I guess that's what marriage is all about. So anyways, we're trying, and so I've just kind of created this to see if other women out there are going through the exact same thing. And if so, y'all can give me advice, or I can give you advice, and we can just like encourage each other. And hopefully, once I do get pregnant, which hopefully will be under the 6 months, then what we'll be able to post, like my pregnancy. I'll vlog my pregnancy. So that'll be pretty cool. I'm trying to think if there's anything else really. Oh, my doctor did say she feels really confident about this month for some reason. She's like, I don't know why, but I feel like this is the month that you're gonna conceive. So hopefully, hopefully she's right. Um, I guess. I mean, that would be kind of nice. So great Christmas present. I'd have to say. But anyways, so that's just kind of where we are, what we're going through and everything. Um, so I don't know. I guess if you guys have any questions or want to know anything about me or like Robert or anything like that, just like send me a message or leave a comment below. Um, and I'll answer it in my next post, which I'm gonna try and post one every week, um, just so we can y'all can kind of hear my story going through this and everything. So, and then when I'm pregnant, I'll post one every week, to go a week long with my pregnancy. So, anyways, that's just kind of what's going on. So we have been very encouraged by family and friends. I will say that. I know that's kind of a question people ask, or like, hey, have you been encouraged? Like, are people mad at you? I've been very encouraged. My mom and my sisters have been very, very encouraging with this whole thing. Of course, my husband. We also have the Bailey family. They've been really, really encouraging to us. My friend Katie, she's pregnant. She wasn't even trying, so she's been very encouraging. She's like, I don't even know how it feels for you, because I wasn't even trying, but she's been really encouraging for the whole thing. And we've had others. We have had like some people like, hey, I really think you should be waiting. Are you making the right decision? Sorry, my dog's chewing on something he shouldn't be. Toby, come here. Come here. Anyways, so we have had some of that, and if you're out there and you've had like maybe friends or family or something, they're like, hey, you guys shouldn't be trying. I think you should wait. Ultimately, yeah, it is you and your spouse's like decision or your boyfriend, whatever. It is y'all's decision, and however, like be aware of like costs and things like that. Don't be stupid about the whole thing, but do look at it, and if you still want to do it, then it's between y'all. And don't be mean to like friends and family that say this kind of stuff. Listen to what they have to say, because a lot of times they have some really good reasons and some really good advice and everything. So just listen to it, and but ultimately you make the decision. So if you listen and you still want to, or you still feel like it's right for you guys, then that's the decision you've made. But and love them and understand, like, they're not being mean, they're not being hateful or anything. It's not an attack. It's just that they love you and they're looking out for you. So, anyways, like I said, if you guys do have questions or comments, just kind of leave them for me and I'll be sure to answer them. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the week.